Folks, just give me 1 minute there. I just forgot something. Good evening, good night, good morning. I know it is morning, and well, for some of you into the day already, wherever you are. Thank you for joining. Welcome to another episode. Let's talk. Let's talk health and more. I'm yours truly, Lescott, from the beautiful trial and state of Grenada, Carriacon, pretty much, bringing to you this live on both the YouTube and TikTok platforms. Yes? How was your day? How was your day? I hope it was fruitful. I hope you made some inroads into whatever it is you had to do work-wise and maybe otherwise, And even though you did not get all that you wanted accomplished today, with health and strength and the breath of life next day, you stand a chance of continuing or lifting the bar or completing that which you are aiming to achieve. It was a rainy day here today, yes. I would say for the latter part of the day, yes. The latter part of the day, we had some heavy rains. It's overcast at the moment, windy. Hey, Mrs. Hungry, good evening, good night, welcome. How are you? How are you? Let me just let you know there early to look forward to a special edition. I'm doing something special in the kitchen tomorrow, God's willing. Yes, I'm getting back in my groove. So stick around for that. Yes, I'm kind of prepping as it is there now. I'm not going to spill the beans. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. Welcome, welcome. I'm not going to spill the beans, but I'm adding my twist to that which I will be doing tomorrow. That much I can say. Yep. Again, it's October, my favorite month. Yes, my favorite month. Every October, the smiles on my face gets broader and broader. Yep. Thank you for the likes. So folks, kindly share, like, and follow. Kindly share, like, follow, and subscribe. I crave your interaction as always. Ideas, suggestions, comments are welcome. Yes. And as first times on the live, kindly share with us. Yes. By way of education, where you're joining the live from. Yes. It would be a good thing. Yes. Because you have persons from various jurisdictions, various places, various countries, speaking different languages. Yes. Joining from time to time. I remember I had somebody from Russia. I had somebody from the Czech Republic. And I can go on and go on and go on. Yes? This social media content creation thing is global. It's far reaching. Yes? There's a lot of people that look forward to, view, yes? And ultimately subscribe and follow or share. Yes? Thank you again, Mrs. Hungry. Thank you. Canada in the house. Yes? So I want to continue as I have been doing for the past few weeks, sharing with you information that is scientifically backed, simplified, yes, with poignant suggestions, ideas, and comments by this learned, experienced, knowledgeable medical doctor, none other than David B. Agus. Yes? He authored this book, a short guide, to a long life. Yes? I hope that those of you currently on the live, those of you my followers and the subscribers, will reach out and touch the hand of one of these books, whether it's a soft copy or the hard copy. Yes? In lieu of that, you will hear me saying that right up to the 31st of this month, you can fancy your chances at winning for 1 or 2 trivia questions a copy of this book that will be sent to wherever you are free of cost. That will be on the 31st of October, my birthday. Yep. So let us continue. So we're going on to chapter 30. But before I go on to chapter 30, I just want to reflect on chapter 29. Chapter 29 is the shortest chapter, the very shortest of chapters in this book. And I'm trying to figure out why. Because I'm smiling. And I'm smiling. The chapter speaks to smile. Yes? It speaks to smile. And I'm just going to go over it because it's not long. Smiling will boost your mood no matter what. The act itself will trigger the release of pain-killing, brain-happy endorphins, and serotonin. Besides, it's easier to smile. It takes 17 muscles to smile and 43 to frown. Maybe laugh a little too. Yeah? Just think about it, folks. Just think about the beauty of smiling. What it does to you. I have been doing that. In some instances, they call me Smiley. Thank you very much, Mrs. Hungry. Thank you very much. It is a very, very informative book, and it sort of falls in line. It falls in line with my mantra. That which I am trying to achieve by way of encouraging, motivating, and inspiring everyone, but especially the male, my brothers in this society. So we're going on to chapter 30. Pursue your passions. I'm going over chapter 30 before I proceed to chapter 31. Pursue your passions. Let it be known that as you get older, you have to adjust. Yes? Because that which you might have been able to do 10, 15 years ago, you may not be able to do it. Or if you're able to do it, it's not at the quantity and the same pace and timing as you can now. Yes? Sometimes I marvel at my mom. Yes? I always look at her. I look at how things have changed, the progression with age, and the fact that everything slows down. She's a determined, persevering, adamant person. Yes? She is challenged mobility-wise. Yes? And so at times, she would be sitting and aiming to get up, and you could see the struggle, tell the struggle. But if you only go to assist, she would tell you flat out, she doesn't need assistance. And so that is what I'm looking at, by way of they still having this feeling that they can do it no matter what, though they might be struggling. Yes? And I don't know if it's symptomatic of persons at that age. My mom is 82. Yes? I don't know if it's symptomatic And I don't know if there's any one of you on the live, currently on the live, could attest to that. Yes? But they just have it in them that, man, I ought to be able to do just the same things that I was accustomed to doing 10, 15 years ago. Yes? Little do they know. Yes? So, folks, we have to own up. Yes? We have to be cognizant of these things as we get older. Yes? In college, I was a rower. More recently, several years beyond 20 something, I've picked up tennis. That is David B. Agus speaking. Thank you for the like. Hey, Leston Edwards. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, David. Shelton Music. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the encouragement as well. I've picked up tennis, horseback riding, and yoga. I love switching my hobbies around as I age. I love switching my hobbies around as I age, so that I keep myself enthusiastically in the game while I also honor my body's changes through the decades. Understand? I just spoke about that there. Yes? So you have to adapt and adjust to the changes as you get older. A lot of my hobbies today revolve around my kids, and my pursuits will continue to evolve as they grow older. And I, of course, experience changes with the passage of time. There's absolutely no doubt about that. It's important that we all develop hobbies that fulfill us in many ways, from the body's physical needs to move and play to our emotional needs, to connect with other people and enjoy sports. No. I once played table tennis. I used to play, recreationally, table tennis, but not lawn tennis. I tried it a few years ago on a vacation while in Canada, but I never followed up. Yeah. Thanks for asking, though. Folks, kindly share, like, and follow, and ultimately subscribe. This live is being brought to you simultaneously on both the YouTube and TikTok platforms. My handle on YouTube is Adventures of Lescott. On TikTok, you can find me as Lescott.Charles. If you were an endurance runner in your youth, you might find it hard to keep that up as you reach middle age. And you would do well to take up a new sport that's far less abusive to your knees and joints. Does that make sense? Have you ever thought about that? Again, it goes back to me speaking about adjusting and adapting. With our change, with the changes in our body, metabolism. Yep. The key is not to give up. The key is not to give up. Find a new hobby or start learning to play an instrument. Cook, garden, or pursue another passion that affords you the same rewards and will last for a while. Just be sure to choose activities that won't be abandoned quickly or that aren't highly impractical. Be true to yourself. Rather than trying to become a skydiver at 70, for instance, check out your local pilot studio or join a dance class at your community recreation center. Just a few of the things that you can do with time as you see the changes in your body as you grow older, in other words. Chapter 31. Be positive. Be positive. I am a firm believer that hope and optimism are powerful forces in our lives. He is saying, that's David B. Agus, that he is a firm believer that hope and optimism are powerful forces in our lives. Why can't we not believe in that as well? I believe in it. I strongly believe in it. Yes? I always say once you have life, once there is the breath of life, you have hope. Life is filled with challenges. There would be good days, there would be bad days. There would be ups and there would be downs. It can either make you, it can either break you. Never give up. As with so many things, how we think determines what we experience, good or bad. And nowhere is this truer than with our health. Whether or not we have faith in our health has everything to do with whether or not we have a healthy body. Hey, Neela. Good evening, good night. How are you? If we believe we can be healthier, guess what? We will be. If we believe we can be healthier, guess what? We will be. It's all in your head. Some of the most dramatic experience putting this idea to the test are those in which people unknowingly receive fake placebo or treatments for real health problems and come out reporting that they have improved just as much as those who got the real treatment. I just want to reread that, folks. Hey, Gyra Juices, good evening, good night. How is everybody doing? Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Some of the most dramatic experiments putting this idea to the test are those in which people unknowingly receive fake placebo or treatments for real health problems and come out reporting that they have improved just as much as those who got the real treatment. Do we know of anybody? Is there anybody on the live that knows about someone, maybe a friend, a loved one, that has been through that and is convinced that they had the real thing? I just want to backtrack to some things I said on a few of the chapters that preceded this. Be honest, truthful, and upfront when visiting your doctor. That's all I want to say. The placebo effect is all about a positive belief system. On the other side of the equation are stories that reveal the power of negative belief, one of which was famously documented in 1974. Those of us who will remember 1974 as the year of our independence. Yep. When Sam Lund was diagnosed with esophageal cancer, has to do with the truth. At the time, such a diagnosis was death. At the time, such a diagnosis was a death sentence. So no one was surprised when he died a few weeks later, despite treatment. But what shocked the medical community was the discovery upon autopsy that Sam didn't have esophageal cancer at all. That's rather sad and pathetic. Did thinking that he had terminal cancer cause his premature death? Did thinking that he had terminal cancer cause his premature death? Whether or not that legendary story is in fact true, down to every detail, is still up for debate. But it's similar to other anecdotal evidence pointing to the power of thought. I myself noticed a dramatic difference in patients' prognosis between those who believe in themselves and those who don't. It's all in your head. In general, people who approach their life optimistically do better in clinical trials. If you believe that you are on the decline and will suffer and soon die, you may very well become a victim of such a self-fulfilling prophecy. By the same token, if you believe that you can beat the odds and enjoy a long life, you just might. So you have to have hope. You have to believe in yourself and be optimistic about this thing we call life and living. There are many ways you can boost your positive outlook. Organized, deistic religions can achieve this, but so can secular belief systems. All you need is a system that helps you to put even indescribable sufferance into a wider context and tap into a higher awareness of yourself. I remember years ago, and I don't know if it still is around, and if it probably is tied to this Scientology. They were called some transcendental something. I remember they had an outfit here in Grenada many, many years ago. Hey, Kim K, welcome. Thank you for joining. How are you this evening? Such a system also facilitates your sense of community and connection to other people, which is healing in itself. And that's why I said a while back, and probably will continue to say, that during those times when you feel down and out, those times when you are faced with debilitating illnesses, sicknesses, and diseases, apart from looking towards the great one, you need to have somebody that you can confide in. Share your thoughts, ideas with, because for all you know, they might be going through the same thing. I've said it so many times and will continue to say that. So we're going on to chapter 32. Find out what exercise or activity you're bad at and focus on it. Why bad at and focus at it though? I guess when we delve into that chapter some more, you and I will understand why he's saying that. Again, it says, find out what exercise or activity you're bad at and focus on it. There is always room for improvement. There is always room for improvement. I'm not asking you to force yourself to do anything that you truly loathe or that is completely unmotivating. But you'd be surprised by what you can discover if you try something outside your normal comfort zone. That is me right here. That is me right here. It took some time for me to get comfortable. Initially, I was apprehensive, I was hesitant. Yes, What will I say? I kept asking myself, what will I say? But practice brings, excuse, practice brings perfect. Look at me now. I have become more and more comfortable interacting with you. It's as if you're sitting right close to me. Yes? There is always room for improvement. I'm not asking you to force yourself to do anything that you truly loathe or that is completely unmotivating. But you'll be surprised by what you can discover if you try something outside your normal comfort zone. Go outside the box. Go outside the things that you are accustomed to doing. This will simultaneously challenge your body and brain in ways that can be helpful. We tend to stick with activities that we're used to doing. Stick a pin there. It's so funny that I remember years ago at my old place of employment, folks, we know that things are changing and will forever change. And so they were introducing some either software or some methodology for doing something. And I remember there was um, shoo-shooing, here and there from fellow colleagues. And I probably was in it as well too. I can't say for a fact, but I may have been guilty as well. You're so accustomed to doing this thing this way that to forego that and to take on another challenge, another new method, something that would make it so much easier. But the thing about it is that you and I can attest to that. Once you've never done something before, we have this can't, quote unquote, mentality. Once you try and you get it once, twice, man, that was easy. Man, that was easy. So we always create by using the can't, a mental block for ourselves. We tend to stick with activities that we're used to doing and that the body is well conditioned to handle. But new challenges can make us mentally sharper and physically fitter. When we push ourselves to engage in activities that we're not used to, we effectively force our brains to think harder and we compel our bodies to adapt to different circumstances. Bad at swimming? Hit the pool and see if you can swim a few laps today, more tomorrow. This will stimulate your body and work latent muscles that are hungry for action. Never cooked a meal from scratch for a party of 10? Sign up for a cooking class. Going outside the box. This will help tap creative areas of your brain that you haven't flexed in a while. Can't touch your toes or balance on one foot. Focus on stretching more and work on your balance. You will need that flexibility and sense of balance the older you get to keep up with normal activities. By identifying activities that you're bad at, you can improve your body's weak spots at the same time and find fun, engaging hobbies that you may grow to love. It is clearer now. Yes? Find out what exercise or activity you're bad at and focus on it. Going outside the box. Taking challenges. Yes? Taking chances at accomplishing that which you've never accomplished or that which you have tried so many times and still is struggling. That is what David B. Agus is speaking about in this chapter, chapter 32. Hey, Karen Cados, welcome. Thank you for joining, folks. This live. Let me just pause for a moment. This live is being brought to you simultaneously on both the YouTube and TikTok platforms. Kindly share, like, follow, and subscribe. Yes? I aim each and every day to bring you content that is meaningful, entertaining, and educational. I hope to encourage, motivate, and inspire each and every one of you to take charge of your mental health and well-being. Remembering that your health is your wealth. We're going on to chapter 34. Don't forget your teeth. Don't forget your teeth and feet. Don't forget your teeth and feet. There it is. Don't forget your teeth and feet. Yep, chapter 34. Many years ago, some researchers claimed that gum disease could lead to heart disease. While the two may not sound related, scientists believe that the heart can be weakened by agents in the blood that responds to inflammation, and chronic gum disease produces constant inflammation. So flossing at least once a day is a good idea. Not only will it go a long way towards protecting your teeth and gum and lowering your body's overall inflammation, it's also just plain old good hygiene. There is no serious science to prove that one of the biggest regrets of older folks is that they fail to take care of their teeth and feet when they were young. Thank you for the like. Hey, Fidelis, thank you for the like. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Folks, kindly share, like, and follow, and ultimately subscribe. Welcome. Thanks in advance. But large surveys and personal accounts from people who spend a lot of time with the elderly tell us this is so. So there is some truth to the matter that if while in your youth you take good care of your teeth and feet, it would be reflected as you get older. I have a cousin, I remember as a little boy growing up, I always saw him chewing on cane. You know, the cane, that you would cut from your land, sugar cane. And after he did that, is it bagas? Is it bagas? Or whatever was left after you remove the juice, he would take it and constantly be rubbing his teeth, both top and bottom. Even to this day, he has the prettiest teeth I have ever seen. Well maintained, white. He sometimes uses black sage. Yes, and guava. He will get a stick or a branch from the guava, not too big. Yes, and bite on it and take it, and I never understood why, but it is evident based on the quality of his teeth and his smile that it paid dividends. Yep. Hey, Toya, thank you for joining. Hey, RJ Unique, welcome. Good evening. How are you? How was your day? How was everyone day? Thank you for joining. But large surveys and personal accounts from people who spend a lot of time with the elderly tell us this is so. If allowed to deteriorate, teeth and feet will cause misery. Wow, that is powerful. Poor oral hygiene can produce terrible tooth decay, or worse, the total loss of teeth. Not taking care of your feet can result in painful bunions, corns, warts, and other podiatric torments that make walking difficult, if not impossible. What's more, the feet contain thousands of receptors that help you to gain information about your whereabouts, literally. Many of these receptors contribute to your sense of balance and ability to walk. Folks, just give me a minute there. Sorry about that. While I'm engaging with you on live, I have two pots on the fire there that I had to take charge of. Yeah. Many of these receptors contribute to your sense of balance and ability to walk. A whopping 1/4 of the bones in the body are located in the feet. Demonstrating their complexity. Let me just take that. Many of these receptors contribute to your sense of balance and ability to walk. A whopping 1/4 of the bones in the body are located in the feet, demonstrating their complexity. And let's not forget that together, our teeth and feet are major connectors to the world around us. Ain't that so? Does it make sense, folks? Is what David Akers saying in this book makes sense? Do you think it makes sense? Let me know what you think. We use our teeth to obtain nourishment and our feet to navigate our paths through life. Let me just take that over. We use our teeth to obtain nourishment and our feet to navigate our paths through life. So don't forget them. Visit the dentist at least once a year, twice if you've got a mouth prone to problems. Your dentist can tell you that he or she is a partner in your health care too. He or she definitely is. I just want to mention that here though. I don't stick to any one doctor or dentist too long. To me, and I'm subject to correction, they get complacent. And I'm not saying it's the same with each and every one of them. Remember, in today's medicines, some of them, when you're getting inside it, they're quick to prescribe. They're not taking time to effectively deal with you one-on-one. So I never give them the assurance and the confidence that I would be coming to them year in, after year. Yep. I try to rotate as much as I can. Just my way of dealing with these things and that. Yep. Ask about proper brushing, flossing, and which toothpaste and toothbrush are best to use. And don't forget to tend to the health and hygiene of your tongue, the only muscle in the body that's attached at one end. Folks, well, I learned something there, although I know that is the tongue and it's a muscle. It's funny that it is the only muscle in the body attached to one end, whereas all the other muscles are attached on both ends. I'm quite sure many of you on the live would have just learned something as well. Hey, let's see S. Philip. Thank you. Thank you for the rose. Toya, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. Folks, kindly share, like, follow, and subscribe. This live is being brought to you simultaneously on YouTube and TikTok platforms. Thank you in advance. The newer electronic toothbrushes might be worth the extra money if they prevent you from long, expensive stays in the dentist's chair, getting uncomfortable dental work done. Yes? So he's just advising that the electronic type toothbrushes and them may be worth a try. Yes? If and only if it would help you to prevent tooth decay, etc., that will ultimately lead you to visit with the doctor. Yes? I believe that makes a world of sense. As for your feet, splurge on foot massages once in a while. Let me just take that over. Sorry. As for your feet, splurge on foot massages once in a while if that's your thing. Take note of weird looking or painful growths or discoloration that emerge and do something about them. Buy good and comfortable shoes. Trust me, your teeth and feet will thank you later on. You just mentioned buy good and comfortable shoes. I'm not one for sneakers. Never cared much about sneakers. But by golly, on vacation recently, I had to invest in a pair. Unlike here, where I can go on the beach and walk on the sand bare feet, doing my physical. In the parks up there, it was paved, sometimes concrete or asphalt. I tried doing it once or twice with the semi-hard shoes that I had, and it wasn't worth it. And so I had to invest in one. It's really comfortable, soft, and it made it much, much more. It made it much easier, much easier for me as I made the rungs doing my physical. Yep. So it probably is a good thing, folks. Again, too, I just want to piggyback on the fact that I remember in one chapter he said, take time out and look at yourself in the mirror and butt naked. Marks, discolorations, etc. Signs from the largest organ in the body, that's the skin, that could tell you that something internally is going on. Chapter 35, learn CPR. I must give credit to my former employer that made it a point ever so often. And I don't know if it was every 2 years or every 5 years, to ensure that each employee was certified by way of CPR. Yes? I'll be frank though that even after I would have done the certification, gotten a certificate, etc. I fear that if placed in a position to render that, I may not be able to handle it. And again, it's that thing in the back of your head, that I can't, or you're scared and, go out of your comfort zone. That is what it speaks to as well. Going out of your comfort zone, giving it a try. You've tried it before, yes? And with constant tries and tries, you will eventually get it. So I guess at some point in time, one day, someday, somewhere, somewhere, sometime. Learn CPR. I won't teach you this life-saving skill here, but learn it. The American Heart Association and lots of community centers conduct classes throughout the year. Sign up and get certified. You never know when you might need to use it. Best of all, most courses today, and they will take up only half a Saturday morning, if that, will teach you how to use a defibrillator, how to deal with a choking incident, and how to revive an infant who stops breathing. All excellent skills to have that don't require rigorous study, training, or even a test. Another short chapter. That was 35. Learn CPR. So we're going on to the final chapter. And again, I want to thank each and every one of you currently on the live, those who viewed. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for the follow. Thank you for liking and ultimately subscribing. I use your interaction, your comments, your suggestion ideas as my measuring stick, gauging where I'm at in terms of providing you with quality, meaningful, educational, and entertaining content. Make a mobile supply kit for emergencies. Make a mobile supply kit for emergencies. First aid kit comes to mind, not so? Disasters can strike at any time, anywhere. From wild weather pattern that prompts tornadoes, hurricanes, and blizzards, to earthquakes, tsunamis, nuclear fallouts, and dark days like 9/11. Unexpected catastrophes can be buffered by preparation. Boy Scouts, be prepared. Being ready will also help you to survive a disaster and recover sooner. Have a plan with family members about where to meet if a catastrophe strikes and how to get in touch with one another. Remember, your cell phone might not work, and if you don't have a way to recharge it, it may not last long. Sites like ready.gov can give you plenty of tips on how to prepare, including making a disaster kit. Below are some essentials you'll want to put together. As suggested by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or here we call it NADMA, 1 gallon of water per person per day for at least 3 days for drinking and sanitation. 1 gallon. At least 3 days supply of non-perishable food. Battery powered or hand crank radio, weather radio with tone alert and extra batteries. Flashlight and extra batteries. First aid kit. Whistle to signal for help. Dust mask to help filter contaminated air, and plastic sheetings and duct tape to shelter in place. Moist toilets, garbage bags, and plastic ties for personal sanitation. Wrenches or pliers to turn off utilities. manual can openers for food, local maps, cell phone with charger, inverter, or solar charger. Additional items to consider given your circumstances: prescription medications, a full week supply, and glasses or contact lenses, infant formula and diapers, pet food and extra water for your pets, cash or traveler's checks and change. These days, I'm not hearing much about traveler's checks. Plastic card. Important family documents such as copies of insurance policies, identification, and bank account records in a waterproof, portable container. Sleeping bag or warm blanket for each person. Consider additional bedding if you live in a cool climate. Complete change of clothing, including a long sleeve shirt, long pants, and sturdy shoes. Consider additional clothing if you live in a cold climate as well. Household chlorine bleach and a medicine dropper. When diluted to 9 parts water to 1 part bleach, bleach can be used as a disinfectant. Or in an emergency, you can use it to treat drinking water by using 16 drops of regular household liquid bleach per 1 gallon of water. Do not use scented or color-safe bleach or bleaches with added cleaners to treat drinking water. Fire extinguisher, matches in a waterproof container, feminine supplies and personal hygiene items, mess kits, paper cups, plates, paper towels, and plastic utensils, paper and pencil or pens, books, games, puzzles, and other activities for children. And while you're at it, throw in a copy of the Worst Case Scenario Survival Handbook by Joshua Piven. That should answer any lingering questions you have when a crisis comes. Store all your emergency supplies in waterproof containers that are easy to access. Folks, this concludes this live. Today, Wednesday, the 22nd of October, 9 more days to go, 2025. I hope that which I read to you resonates, made sense, gave you ideas, suggestions of things that you can do to prepare yourself and prevent issues that will arise medically and otherwise. Hey Sierra, thank you for joining. Welcome. Let me thank each and every one of you for participating. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for the follows. I need you to help me along this journey. And although I never like to use the word can't, I believe I am correct when I say I cannot do it without you. It is because of you I am doing it. And though I may be encouraging, motivating, and inspiring you, you are doing likewise for me. Yes? It's as if I am sitting here and I can just imagine a grouping of you probably in an auditorium, and I'm speaking to those of you in that auditorium. Yeah? That is how comfortable I have gotten doing these lives. Thank you, each and everyone. Good morning, good night. I bid each and every one of you a rest-filled sleep, a quality one at that. I hope that the Lord carries you through and that you will have gotten up with the breath of life to face the challenges of Thursday. I hope it will be a productive one, an enjoyable one, and a safe one. Yes? Ensure that you give thanks to every turn. Give thanks when it is bad, give thanks when it is good. Remember to always give thanks. Thank you once again. And at this point in time, I bid each and every one of you goodbye.